to my channel. My name is Care. I have filmed my everyday Instagram makeup routine. I really hope you enjoy this video. Please don't forget to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe if you are new. So as you can clearly see, I've just done my brows. So I'm going to prime my skin and I'm going to start off with the Smashbox Primer Water. And then I'm going to go in with the Ordinary Silicone Adhesive Primer. It is incredible and it's like £3.90 I think on Cult Beauty. And then under foundation I'm going to use the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer in the shade 20 because I do have fake tan on at the moment, just not on my face. And then I'll blend that out with my Pro Beauty Blender. So for foundation today, I'm going to use the two foundations here. This is the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless in 250 and the L'Oreal True Match in 4D/W. I like them both for different reasons. This one is a really good coverage and makes your skin look very fresh and healthy. And then this one is very full coverage and you can rely on this one and it will stay for a long time, whereas this one kind of wears a little bit less time on my skin, so that's why I like to mix them. Also, in the Maybelline foundation, I normally get 220, but my Boots didn't have one in that shade. So I got the 250 and I've tested them on like the back of my hand because they still had the tester for the 220. So I wanted to see which one was the closest to it. And 250 is actually lighter than 220. I don't know if it's because it's more yellow and 220 is more olive, but it's kind of strange, which is another reason why I am mixing this one today, because if I have this one on its own, it's a lot more yellow than I would normally have it. I started mixing these foundations when I saw Holly Boone's recommendation of the L'Oreal, it's like the one that's supposed to cover tattoos, like the Total Cover Infallible one. Because I did buy that and I was mixing it with the True Match, but for me it was just a bit like off because the colours weren't quite right. And with the Total Cover one, I've got it here, the shade I got was slightly grey, so mixing it with the True Match it just wasn't working. Like, I don't know if you can see it on the back, it just didn't quite look right. So I thought I would use the Fit Me because they kind of have similar concepts in my opinion, so they work really well together. I really love the way that True Match just makes you look so much healthier and it just literally gives you a glow. I don't know if anyone else notices it, but in the bottle they kind of have like a little like gold shimmer. In all of the ones that say like golden beige or golden natural or whatever, they've got like a little bit of like tint to them. You don't see it on your skin, but it does give you a bit of a glow. Like, there's no actual gold on your skin, like there's no shimmer, but you do have a bit of a luminosity. And this like combo matches my fake tan like really well. It looks a bit funny on camera, but I think it's because the ring light's obviously like closer to my face than it is to my body, which I know when YouTubers say it doesn't really look like it's making sense and it looks like they're like not matched at all, but if I like show you my neck properly, you can definitely see that it does match really well. And I also wanted to make this video because I find a lot of people think you have to get a high-end foundation to get full coverage, and from being someone that used to get horrendous skin and I wanted something full coverage and something that would give me the confidence to, well, just give me a lot more confidence in my skin. I tried every single foundation ever, and growing up and having to experiment with makeup and try out different things, I've realised that you don't need to spend a huge amount to get the best products, because these two foundations, the Fit Me one is £6.99 and the True Match is £9.99, and that's like half of most high-end foundations. Like, my favourite foundation ever, high-end, is the NARS All Day Luminous, but I could get double the amount these two than I could for one of mine. So I think it's just how you see it, and sometimes obviously I do like to treat myself and get myself the NARS one, but I don't necessarily need it. And these products are equally as long lasting and as well matched, because I think a lot of people as well don't think that they can get the perfect match in a drugstore, which you really can. It's just hard to distinguish. Like, it does take a few times to get it right, but which I know is frustrating, but once you've done it, you're going to save yourself a lot of money in the long run. Does anyone else always get like tiny little hairs in their foundation and you're like, where the hell did that come from? Normally you get them in like this area here, like in the middle. So for concealer I'm going to use the Maybelline Age Rewind. This is in the light shade. I think Maybelline just do it right. Like, I love the Fit Me foundation, I love the Fit Me concealer, I love this concealer. Their mascaras are insane. They have really good contour products as well. Like the, I don't know what it's called, I think it's like Sculpt or something. It's like a contour and a highlight powder. I don't really like the highlight because it's just like a white powder, but the contour in it's really nice. I use it a lot when I don't want to use my Hoola from Benefit. So to set my face, I'm going to show you like my biggest trick ever, which is for baking, like the biggest drugstore dupe ever. Just get your Rimmel Stay Matte in translucent and use like a spoolie or like the end of a brush and just sort of scrape it and make it into a loose powder. And then with a beauty blender or whatever you use to apply your powder with. I literally can't do my makeup without doing this now. My under eyes crease so bad, and I think it's really hard to find a translucent powder that doesn't flash back and also that doesn't leave like a horrible cast. And the Rimmel Stay Matte powder is really good, and it, to me, it looks the same as my Laura Mercier one, and the Laura Mercier one is like £29 and this is like £6. So then I'm going to take the rest of the loose powder that I've made and set my face with it. But I'm using the Real Techniques blush brush. This fits on my face so much better than the Real Techniques powder brush because the powder brush is just too big and then I'll end up getting it everywhere. I do have quite oily skin, so I do have to set my face quite well, otherwise foundation just won't stay on my face. So now I'm going to wipe away the powder under my eyes. And if you look, you can see no residue of the powder, and it does brighten, but it doesn't leave like a mark or a cast under your eye, which I hate. Okay, so now to bronze, I'm using the L'Oreal Glam Bronze Bronzer. This is insane. I use it pretty much in every video, and I don't think I ever won't use it because it just does so much. And it's like really affordable. They've recently brought out a new version of it from L'Oreal, and it's in one of those like, the best way I could describe it is like, you know when you get like those bronzers that are for your body and they're like this big? L'Oreal brought it out as one of those now, and it's the same formula and the same colour and everything, but it's like £13, so it's not as cheap as it was when it was this size, but I mean hopefully it would last doubly long time, like if you're getting more product. But a little bit annoying because like, how are you supposed to store that when it's like huge and like in your makeup bag, or if you're like me and you have those little like slots, it's like too big for that. Like I have one that big here, bronzers that are this big, like compared to one like this, like how are you supposed to store that? I mean, I know they last longer and they're easier to like pick up loads of product, but they're a little bit frustrating at the same time. Bronzer and contour is like the most amazing thing to me because it makes the most difference. So for contour today, I've rediscovered an old gem, which is the Sleek Face Form Contouring and Blush Palette. It's like this, and the blusher is like a dupe for NARS Orgasm, and the highlight is really nice as well. Like if I'm pale, it works really well. When I'm tanned, it doesn't work as well, but it is a really nice highlighter. So I'm so sorry, but my camera cut out when I was talking to you about my nose contour, but what I basically said was I am using the Hoola bronzer, which isn't like technically drugstore, but if you get the mini from Boots, they sell them at the till and they're like £10, and to be quite honest, this lasts just as long as the big one and it's half the price, so definitely check that out if you don't want to spend £20 on one that isn't actually that much bigger than the other one. But anyway, I'm going to carve out my contour with the same powder that I used before. I did the exact same thing. I like crushed it up and I'm just going to apply it with a beauty blender, but a mini one. Before I owned a mini beauty blender, I kind of thought they were really gimmicky and I didn't think I'd ever use it. I actually use this so much. And I don't know where you can get the mini ones of the Pro one. I got it in a set, but I've never seen them like since. I got it in a set with the Pro Beauty Blender, the normal Beauty Blender, and then this mini one. I think it was from Beauty Bay or Cult Beauty, I'm not sure. Okay, so while that is set on my face, I'm going to leave that for a bit. And I'm going to set my eyelids with the Maybelline Age Rewind Concealer. Also, this brush is from Primark and it blends out like eyeshadow bases really, really nicely. And I think it was £1, just like tapered, but it's really soft. And my eyes are super, super sensitive, so this is really nice to use on my eyelids. And then going back in with the Rimmel powder, I'm going to set my lids too. Does anyone else's eyes leak but only one eye? I always get it and it's really frustrating because I'll do a makeup look and then I'll go to take pictures of it and then my eye will just start leaking, but it'll only be this eye and the other one's completely fine. And it's so annoying. I'm just blending out the powder that I put down. And I'm going to use my bronzer brush again just to get rid of any fallout from the powder that I put down. So for eyeshadows today, I'm going to use the Soph X Revolution palette, which has quite quickly become my go-to palette. I do use like something to open it. I don't know about anyone else, but I find Revolution palettes really hard to open, so I just like flick it up. Because otherwise it really hurts to open it. And I'm not going to clean my brush because I'm using the same colour that I use every day. And it's this brown shade here called Cup of Tea. And I'm just going to basically, on a go-to like everyday basis, I just use a transition colour and build that up. Because I don't feel like you really need a lot on a day-to-day basis. And as long as you're like, if you do want to wear eyeshadow, just define your crease and put a bit of brow highlight on and then you're done. And obviously you can add to it, but I'm not going to do too much. This is a Amber Rose Cosmetics brush. If you watch my channel a lot, you probably know that I talk about these a lot and they're really, really soft. And then again back in with the blending brush that I used to bronze and just diffuse everything, so I don't like it to be too harsh. I want to be defined but not too defined. So eyeshadow wise, that is literally all I do on an everyday basis. And I'm going to add some liner and I'm going to use the NYX matte black one. It's really good and it's super, super affordable. And you can get the perfect wing with this brush too. Like, did you see how easy that was? I only ever add like a thin layer across my actual lid because once I stick lashes on, I have to redo it anyway, just to blend them out, but okay, so now I'm going to add some lashes and mascara and I will come back once I have them on. Every day I use the Amber Rose lashes in the style Amber just because they're like as natural as a mink lash can be, but I really, really like them for every day. So now lashes are on, I'm going to move on to highlight because I almost forgot, and what is an Instagram makeup look without highlighter. So I'm using the Mary Luminizer from The Balm. I do vary and it kind of depends on like the type of pictures I'm taking. If I'm just taking like normal pictures and like I don't want my highlight to be the focal point, then I'll use this one. If I want something like crazy intense, then I'll use my Nicole Guerrero glow kit and used the golden shade and the one that's like literally white called Forever Lit, because that literally will make you glow. And I have this tiny little brush that I used to do my like nose highlight, but I can't find it, so I'm going to use this tiny one from Amber Rose Cosmetics, which now looking at it, I think I prefer this one because it diffuses it out a little bit more. Add a little bit more to my cheekbone. This brush is from Primark, by the way. It's like the best hand brush because it's not too big, but it really packs the product, which I really like. And I'm going to put a little bit under my brow bone as well and in my inner corners. I had a bit of a problem with my eye leaking, as I said earlier. So when I put my liner over my lashes, they kind of like, the liner kind of like bled and leaked a little bit, but I'm just going to ignore it and not let it bother me, because if it bothers me, I'm just going to get really angry and annoyed with it. So I really hope you enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to give the video a big thumbs up if you did enjoy, and I will see you in my next one.